Song, dude.
And we're recording.
Hey, come sing us a song real quick before you go in. Judd, come here. Huh? Hey, come here, sing us a song. Okay.
He's like, no. Not gonna do that. Okay. Put these on. Shit, I can't see the screen if I do that.
Yeah, this is a bad spot.
This is brutal.
I liked our other spot that did not face the sun.
I liked the other house that
That's what I mean.
was on a porch.
I mean, we could go down there in the alley, I guess.
Now, this is fine. We'll deal with it. Need to make a quick adjustment. And welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
Hello.
We missed, like, a whole week's worth of recording.
We did, because you left.
I'm dumb.
Yes, you are. I agree.
I am a dumb.
Oh, you got your headphones? Okay, Judd got his headphones. Now he's ready.
Sweet.
You gonna come sing us a song? Here, I'll hold your guitar. Okay, get your headphones on. They're actually noise-canceling headphones, so they work great when he sings.
I want to hear Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Well, he sings. All he's singing now is either Power Rangers or Hakuna Matata or rock and roll.
I can hear some Hakuna Matata. He was singing rock and
All
roll.
right, come over the other side of Daddy here. Come over here. I'm going to let you sing into the mic, Bubba.
Let's there.
Yeah, sing into it. Hey, come here.
He has noise-canceling headphones on. He can't hear you.
Apparently. He wants to go stand on the little stump that is in our front yard. Nobody can hear you over there. If you don't sing in the mic, nobody can hear you. Come here so people can hear you.
He can't hear you. He has noise-canceling headphones on.
He does. He's so defiant like me. He's just going to stand over there anyway.
He's over there singing. So.
All right.
And we had another little technical glitch. I'm not quite sure what happened, but we had the last show I think we put out was the Supreme Leader Kim show.
Yeah.
And it was all about the Kims, North Koreans, elite superpower of greatness. But we had another show that was all around like just crazy dictators in their...
Yeah, it was like a follow-up.
Yeah.
You want to use the yellow?
You sing into the yellow one. He's like, nope. So that show, I copied them both to my computer, but apparently the one didn't copy, and then I formatted the SD card.
Yeah.
And I spent 4 hours trying to recover a formatted SD card.
Yeah, that ain't going to work.
It almost did.
Almost.
Almost
only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
It does. If I had put out the show the way that it had recovered, it was very triple echoey.
Nice.
So it was like, welcome to the Buckhorn podcast.
Just drop acid before you listen.
And
to
it was like being in an empty stadium.
Do a shroom about it.
So anyway, so we lost that show, and whatever.
Our bad.
Shit happens. My bad.
And Martelle's out of town, so it's not like we could just quickly record one.
Right. So we couldn't do another one. So we just skipped last week altogether.
I want to talk to it. Love you, Dad.
I love you, Bubba.
So anyway, had my trip to Florida. So went down to Florida, went for, my brother-in-law was retiring from the Army. And
congrats, Jose.
Yep, 31 years.
Nice. Thank you for your service.
Very, very long time to be
anywhere.
Anywhere.
Really.
Even just to be in the military, like 30.
Yeah, 20 years. A lot of people retire.
A lot of people leave. He did 31 years, and I think they added up just his medals over a 31-year period was 79.
Wow.
Lot of them.
What was his job in the Army?
He is in communications.
Okay.
So he works on communication towers and satellites and things like that. And
comms. Sounds cooler when you say comms.
Well, roger that.
Copy. Over.
Wilco. Niner.
Roger Wilco. I remember that.
Yeah. So he did that for 31 years. Got out. He's doing good. but he's used to being
on a strict.
Well, not on straight. He'll still be like strict regiment. Everything he does is very strict regiment, but it's he had this epiphany that I have heard other friends of mine that have retired, like Mo had this epiphany that it just hit him.
You can crap without anybody else watching you.
This will be the last day I put this uniform on.
Yeah.
Like for 30 years,
that was
you get up every day and you put on the same the same uniform.
Well, it's the BDUs, right? The working uniform.
Well, even those have changed over.
Yeah, they have, but it's still the uniform.
It's still This is the last day that I'm putting.
Because
this
after retirement, certain branches or certain things there are calls to wear your uniform,
right?
Formal occasions and stuff. Your dress, whatever, depending on what branch you're in. Dress blues, dress greens. Your alphas.
Yeah.
I don't remember them all. I'm not military, but
yeah. So that he was just like.
And I'll tell you what. I'm sorry, but there's no better dress uniform than the Marine Corps dress blues.
I think everybody will agree with you on
that.
Yeah,
there's just something about them, man. They just look so sharp.
I don't think any of the branches will disagree.
I'm just sing the Power Rangers, okay?
Okay, sing the Power Rangers.
Oh, never mind.
As soon as you talk, he's like, "Okay, I'm out.
Nope,
There's
I'm
an
done.
audience. I'm done."
So,
well, never mind.
So it was a good time. Even though I'm doing Sober October, I took a break from Sober October and drank every day I was down there.
I was going to say, I have a feeling you took a long break, an extended break.
It was so I took 5 cigars with me and smoked a cigar every day.
Smoke them if you got them.
And I came home with one. There was one cigar I didn't smoke. There was one cigar I smoked half one night and then smoked the other half the next day.
Should have smoked it on the way home.
No.
On the plane.
So, yeah, let's get into that because there's going to be some words that need to be said to TSA on this podcast.
Watch your mouth.
You guys can go fuck yourselves. So I flew. I grabbed all of my stuff. I grabbed my cutter. I grabbed 5 cigars. I grabbed my Zippo.
Grabbed your balls.
Torch. I grabbed my other three torch lighter. Now they're lighters.
Right.
I don't care what you call them. You can call them a torch. It's a lighter. You click a button, flame comes out.
Yeah.
It's a lighter. I don't care. So packed everything up into my.
Watch Bubba.
Where you going, bud?
Smacked his head on the end of your mic stand. Hey, get away from there.
Whoa, Judd,
buddy,
cord, buddy.
He's going to tear down our whole set.
Like
That's
Diesel,
my boy. Yeah, he is like
Diesel. So
except I think this one's more expensive.
Yeah, definitely more expensive.
Yeah, you had the better pet.
I did. So
right, you got your lighter.
So I packed everything into my
carry-on?
my Pelican case.
Yeah.
And dropped it in my carry-on. Went through TSA in Columbus, got to Florida, no issues. I did get pulled out of line, but I always get pulled out of line.
Yeah, I got pulled out. They looked at me and they were like, "Yeah, get that guy."
They're like, "We need to pat down the back of your neck," because I was wearing a hoodie. Next thing I know, the guy's like feeling up my legs and everything. I'm like, "Serious?" I just turn around. I'm like, "That's not my neck.
That's my deck." I
said, "You're a little bit lower than the back of my neck." So
did he at least take you out to dinner?
No, I didn't even get. I got no reciprocation after that. So anyway, get down there, have a great time. Flying back, same thing. I packed up all of my stuff, threw it in my carry-on bag. Go through TSA. TSA pulls my bag. I'm like, what?
In Florida on the way back?
Yes. I'm like, what the hell?
They got people down there eating bath salts and they're worried about your lighter.
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. So they pull my bag and Liz is like, they pulled your bag. And I'm like, why? And then I also got pulled out of line down there because for whatever reason, they needed to pat me down again as I went through the scanner. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay. Standing there, and like no one's doing anything. I can see my bag is just setting off to the side, and there's a picture of it up on the screen. They're holding everybody up, waiting on a superior officer.
They found your dildo, didn't they?
They did. And the I'll tell you right now, the dildo of consequence rarely ever comes lubed. Don't let it fuck you.
Oh man.
But so I can see it, the bag, I can see the photo. They've got like a circle on the image. They're holding everybody up. This guy comes over, like snatches up the bag, like without a care. Like, not, like, he doesn't just grab it. Like, he literally snatches the bag off the thing, bounces it off the friggin' scanner, slams it down onto a table. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He looks at me and he goes, "This your bag?" I said, "Yes, sir, it is." And he's like, "All right." And he starts, like, peeling, like, he starts unzipping everything, like, pulling stuff out and going through stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Well, he pulls out the Pelican case. And he looks at it, and he goes, "Is this yours?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, it's a travel cigar case." Pops it open, opens it up, and he goes, "You realize you are not allowed to have these on a plane." And I'm like, "Cigars?" He's like, "This." I'm like, "Lighters?" He's like, "That is not a lighter, that is a torch." I'm like,
I mean, they're literally called torch lighters, technically.
I said, it's a lighter.
Yeah.
I said, it's just a tiny butane lighter.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot a 10-foot flame.
He's like, these are forbidden to fly on planes. I said, okay. I said, can you explain why? Because I said so. I said, oh. I said, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay. I said, and I looked at him, and he grabs the Zippo, and he flicks it open, and he looks at it, and he hits the button on them both, and he's like, and he sets it down, and I'm like, they're confiscating this shit now.
Yeah, they're taking it.
And he wasn't just looking at it, he's admiring it.
Was this your Zippo with the insert?
This is my Zippo with the insert and my three flame torch. So I'm right now I'm calculating, like, I'm not getting this shit back. And he goes, "These aren't allowed on a plane." I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "What's the difference between a Bic and that?" I said, "They both have a flame." He deadpan looked me in the eye and said, "You want to know what the difference is? The difference is," "Oh, thank you."
Extra water.
He goes, "The difference is, with a Bic you light a cigarette, with this one you light a cigar." I looked at him, I said, okay. I said, "So why is this grounds for it not to be on a plane?" Because torches aren't allowed on a plane. I'm like, "You're not answering my question." I said, "What is the difference between a Bic and this lighter?" He's like, "This is not a lighter, this is a torch." I'm like, "Schematics here." I said, "What's the difference between this?" And now I'm starting to get pissed.
Lighting a cigarette is far more unhealthy than lighting a cigar.
And I'm starting to get pissed. I said, "You're not answering my question." He goes, "Do we need to go over all the items that are not allowed to have on a plane?" I'm like, "No."
I would have been like, "Yes, list them all, please."
I said, "Well,
I will waste your time."
I said, "No." I said, "We don't need to go over that." I want to understand what this is that is not allowed on the plane." He's like, "It's a torch." I'm like, "What kind?" I said, "What kind of torch? Like a cutting torch? What kind of fucking torch is this? What is it?" I said, "It's a lighter."
Right.
He's like, "Torches are not allowed on planes." I'm like, I said, what is the difference between a Bic and this lighter do you not understand? I said, "I'm asking a simple question." And he's like, "What do you want to do with these?" I said, "I want to take them home." He's like, "You're not taking them home." I'm like, "Then give me the Zippo." I said, "Because you're not taking the Zippo." And he looks at me and goes, "You're not taking the Zippo." I said, "I want the case." I said, "If you're going to take my shit and put it in your pocket," I said, "at least give me the Zippo." I said, "The case." I said, "You're not taking the case." I said, "I'm not leaving here without the case."
Yeah.
I said, "You don't get to take the case."
You got sentimental value in that thing.
I said, "That is," yeah, I didn't tell him that. No, it was actually my dad's.
Right.
I have 2 silver cases, and that one just happened to be my dad's.
What's up, dude? You want to come drop a plug on our podcast? All right. That's the guy owns Tasty's with my buddy DJ. That works
okay.
at, yeah.
Yeah. So
Tasty's food truck behind Toodles at the Pumpkin Show. This is the last day, so it will be gone by the time you hear this.
You won't hear. You won't get any. You're lost. So I was like, "You're not getting the case." And at this point now he puts on gloves. And he grabs the case and he pulls it out and he sets it down and he hands me the case. And he's like, "Have a good day, sir." And I'm like, "Thanks for nothing, asshole."
Did you say that to his face? Good.
I said it. I said, "Thanks for nothing." I said, "Asshole," as I'm turning around walking away. And he goes, "What'd you say?" And another TSA agent, she goes, "I think he said thanks for nothing." And I turned around and went, "Asshole, you forgot something." And I just walked off. Like, he can't do anything for me calling him a name. I'm not at this point.
You're not being aggressive. You're not being.
I was being insubordinate. But you know what? Kiss my ass. Those guys, TSA is on a power trip.
Let's be honest. Probably a good 75% of people in military, law enforcement, TSA, anybody that has any position of any kind of power, they're just there for the power.
Right. This guy, well, not even that. I mean, some of them are there to make sure that the flying is
some
safe.
of them,
they could have easily pulled me
them.
out. They could. Well, here's what I found out later. You can take a torch on a plane.
Nice.
It's TSA agent's discretion. It is in red. It is in red lettering. I looked at other things like knives. It's not a TSA discretion whether they're going to let you take a knife or a box cutter on a plane. Under that particular one, it says TSA discretion.
Yeah, so he was just on a power trip.
He put it in his pocket. He took it home. He took my shit. He stole it. So TSA, go fuck yourself. I fucking hate them. You are the most worthless agency. Like, everybody says the Coast Guard's worthless, and like the other 4 branches make fun of the Coast Guard. Everybody should be making fun of the TSA.
I don't think the Coast Guard's worthless.
I don't either. I wanted to be in the Coast Guard.
Yeah, I don't think they're worthless. I do think they don't. Thing is, they're just on the coast. They do their job.
They're Homeland Security, essentially.
They're a lot smaller branch.
Upgraded Homeland Security, and they're not just on the coast. They're up on Lake Erie. They're on Alum Creek.
Right,
they're everywhere.
right.
They're wherever there's a body of water, you can find Coast Guard for the most part.
My body is of water.
Your body is a water. Like 80%.
I like that movie that Ashton Kutcher was in about
The Guardian.
Guard. Yeah,
that was a really good movie.
that's a good movie.
So
That kind of stuff's sketchy as all get out.
Well, yeah,
And that one Coast Guard jumped on that narcotics sub and punched it open or whatever.
he just knocked on it. He's like, "Hey, you open up."
It's like, I'm riding on your sub.
Like, you guys. But that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted to be a pilot for that I wanted to.
The helicopter pilot?
Yeah, I wanted to do that stuff. I didn't want to be a jumper.
I could see you being a helicopter pilot.
But that's what I wanted to do initially, and that it didn't work out for me. But so that was like, I was so pissed. I was seething like the entire trip home.
I would have been too.
And I said, you know what? I said, it's not that.
What airline did you fly?
It was Southwest.
I mean, not that they're TSA.
It's not
yeah,
TSA.
I was just curious.
We always fly Southwest because they always do. But
Is that the one where it's like first come, first serve seating?
Basically you have to you sign in 24 hours beforehand, and then you're assigned a group letter and number.
Yeah.
And then that's how everybody gets on the plane. But I was so pissed about it.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you made it down there with it and then you couldn't come back with it is just
that's the thing. I said
that was just that guy having a bad day.
That was me having a bad day.
Well,
he wasn't having. He had a great day. He got free lighters out of it.
But I mean, he's
just on a
childhood
power trip.
trauma.
I saw. Well, the thing is, I saw him earlier, and he's like, "Oh, I'll be down to take care of it." Like, he was just that dick on a power trip.
Yeah.
Like, he's the office manager that nobody likes. Matter of fact, he probably doesn't have any friends in life. I wish I would have gotten his name.
Looking him up on Facebook.
I wish I should have just asked him what his name was, because he's the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life.
That's saying something.
And that's saying something.
You've seen Jurassic Park. There's a big old pile of poo.
This guy was a bigger piece of shit than that Tyrannosaurus pile. So I'm looking for new lighters now. I need to go buy a new insert. The problem is I didn't. The cost of the insert now for the Zippo is more than what I actually paid, and there's a bunch of little hacky things you have to do, because the Zippo insert doesn't work out of the box necessarily. Like, you have to kind of take it apart and like fix some things and move some things around. You have to purge the system. Like, you have to literally sit and hold the button down.
I purge my system every day.
So I was really pissed about it. But it was a good time. Smoked a lot of cigars. Smoked some really good cigars while I was down there.
Have any good whiskey?
Anything
new?
Had some Penelope, 3 different versions of Penelope Cash Strength.
Never even heard of that.
I have. Penelope's really good. But these were all like 115.
High octane?
Yeah, they were. And that's what I told. They're like, oh, the funny thing is my brother-in-law, he's getting into, he said just like in the past 6 months or so, he's been getting into more higher proofs, him and the neighbor. And I'm like, 115? I got like 120s and 130s at home. Let's
kick it up a notch.
Let's kick it up a notch here. But yeah, it was a good time. He's got like 4 more medals coming as part of his retirement. So he's just now trying to figure out what he's gonna, like, what life is gonna be like now working as a civilian in a military contract position.
Is he going to work as a civilian?
He's already got
He's on a contract?
He's been with this company for 5 years, 6 years now.
Oh, okay.
And they're a civilian contract company.
Was he in the reserves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Active.
How was he active?
He was
like
kind
full-time?
of active reserve. So that's the weird thing. So my sister is active reserves.
Right.
She puts her uniform on every day.
She's in the reserves, but she's full-time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know some people like that from my work.
It's not so much she's active. She's in her, what makes her active reserve is she puts her uniform on every day. She goes to a unit and she works for that unit.
Right.
So, but she signed up for the reserves, and so now she's active. Jose was the same way. I
think Ohio State just got a pick on the first series, the first play of the game. I missed it.
Rewind.
Sorry.
So Jose was the same way. He put on a uniform every day. He went to a unit and he worked at that unit. So he was active reserves, and then he transitioned to this civilian contract position. But he did deployments. He was active duty in a lot of the stuff that he did as well. He went back and forth between active duty and reserves. He was in Desert Storm, Desert Shield. He was in Afghanistan.
Desert Eagle.
He did it all. He worked with...
I can't see crap on these screens out here.
Yeah, he worked with SF guys a lot and
nice.
Did a lot of their communication stuff. So,
well, comms are important when you're out there.
Yeah. So there was I remember him telling a story the last time he went to Afghanistan. He was with SF guys and they're shooting. They're on range, and they're all just kind of fucking around shooting. And he walks down to target, and all of a sudden he hears ting, and the guy he was with, or the guys they were with, they were still shooting. And the target from him is 5 foot to his right.
I think you told me about that.
And he's just like, what the fuck? He's like, if I wanted to shoot you, I would have shot you.
Yeah. It's like, you're fine.
He goes, it makes sense. Fine. I'm not going to argue with you over it.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with the guy with the high-powered rifle.
Right. So
that has a lot of training.
So it was a good time. But now we're back. Now we're at Pumpkin Show. People are walking by.
They're starting to. The crowd's picking up.
They're giving us silly looks.
They are. And we're looking right back at them.
Staring right back at them.
We got the Buckeye game on. Beautiful weather.
But
a little bright. We're like facing the sun.
I have some things. I got to find, I've been saving articles.
I have too, but you go ahead with your things because I can save mine forever.
Well, I thought I had one that was specific to Halloween. Apparently I don't.
You'll find it later today.
But I found... Well, so I was going to continue the dictator thing, but I guess we lost an episode, so it really doesn't make sense to continue doing that.
We can still do it.
I did.
When do we care?
I did photobomb some woman's photo on a phone or on the plane.
Nice.
She took a picture, and I leaned out in the aisle and stuck my tongue out and crossed my eyes, in between the people that she was taking a picture of.
That's awesome. You should have told her you're with the Buckhorn podcast.
Nope, didn't say a word. I'm just going to let them find that 10 years later when they're looking through photos. So that guy.
They probably looked at it when they got home.
She probably looked at it immediately after.
Well, that sounds great.
Yeah, sounds like a rattly trunk. Bass, bass, bass. Boom, thump, kill Whitey.
Somebody has a Chevy Cruze.
Boom, thump, kill Whitey.
With a horrible system in it, and the whole car is about to rattle apart. The best part is you can tell they cut the springs because they're going so slow over the bumps because they know it'll bottom out.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what you do. You cut the springs.
What a piece of trash.
So I've got a couple things. I've got the study reveals the states and cities with the worst drivers.
Ohio, Florida, California.
Every state ranked by how miserable its winners are.
Well, I know what your number one would be.
Actually,
Alaska might be worse.
I immediately went to see where Ohio ranked.
I figured you did.
It's in the top 10.
I believe it. I think Alaska would be worse, though, when you have 23 hours of darkness. Hello, darkness, my
I'd be
old
fine
friend.
with it. There's actually a really good movie called Insomnia with Robin Williams, where I think
he no longer has insomnia.
No, he is
definitely sleeping,
permanently asleep. But it was a really good movie. It wasn't a comedy either. It was like a thriller drama. It's about a serial killer in Alaska.
Nice.
It's really good.
I'll have to look that up.
I saw it in the theaters. I can't remember. I can't tell you when it came out, but I've got confused by the ice in the urinals at bars in bathrooms and why I didn't read the article, so I just saw it. And I'm like, oh.
I've seen a few things about that lately. Like, that's trending.
Yeah, and then how to really actually build a whiskey palate like a pro.
Let's go with that one to start off. Yeah.
Try that one, see what happens with it. Now, I didn't read this, so we're just going to kind of...
I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten today.
I am too. How far into this recording are we? That's the show, people. We're done. We're going to go eat.
Let's go get food.
And we're only like 20
You want me to have Beth bring you out?
Oh, here comes the EMS on bikes, and they got little wee-oo sounds.
They do.
Wee-oo.
I've never seen a siren on a bike.
I have, but not like that.
That's awesome. Not on a pedal bike anyway. I've seen one like motorcycles.
That's probably, would they be better off with like razor scooters? And
That'd be
backpacks?
awesome.
Or electric scooters and backpacks.
Like the bird scooters.
Yeah. Like just electric
Beth,
throttling through.
Can I get my bagel? Thank you. She made me a bagel this morning. I forgot.
Oh.
Do you want a sandwich or some pulled chicken or pork?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good for now. I don't like to eat on the air.
I don't either, but if I don't eat soon, I'm going to feel awful.
All right, so here I'm trying to scroll through this article just to find the meat of the article.
Give me the meat.
So part 1 is to continue to build your palate with everything you do.
Okay.
Now, wow, this may be a bad idea. We may just post this on the site,
the page,
and just let people figure it out on their own. So, what they're talking about is in everything you eat, everything you drink, look for flavors.
Everything you eat,
and what you eat and drink will affect the flavors of the whiskey.
That makes sense.
So
we've talked about that before.
We have, like, there may be, so something may have like a yeasty flavor to it. Like you might get a rye, a pumpernickel, or a yeast.
Yeah, you can be on it if you want.
She's like, no.
No, I'm going to keep walking.
You guys are ridiculous.
You're fat and eating a bagel on there. I'm going to keep walking.
So it's just everything you do, just kind of, what's that? Whatever.
Just anything and everything. You want to be on it? Step up here. I don't care. I was going to say, I like your style. You got a black button up and a tie.
We're just talking about whiskey right now.
We talk about anything we want whenever we want.
Yeah.
All right. So, West Side Wally.
What's up? What's up? Where are you from?
I'm from the west side of Columbus.
That's where I was born and raised. Whereabouts?
All, the hilltop and the bottoms.
I grew up off of Sullivan and then down in Winding Creek off Climb.
Yep.
That's where I'm from originally.
We used to hunt all them woods.
Yeah?
All of them, all the way from Willow Creek all the way back over to 3C before they built all the subdivisions.
Yep. I remember. Long time ago.
Yeah, you used to be able to hunt and carry guns to school because it was safe, but not nowadays.
I think my school still does it.
Well, yeah, you're more rural school.
Yeah, that's it. Nowadays, everybody else involved with it.
Yep.
So what brings you down to the
called?
Buckhorn Podcast?
Buckhorn Podcast?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, it's just, we talk about whatever.
Right.
Whatever we feel like talking about. Usually it's, we have a drink of whiskey and we're just kind of, BSing.
I dig it.
So what brings you down to Pumpkin Show?
Oh, just the Pumpkin Show. Got the family and all that funness. Yeah, here comes mother-in-law, too.
Nice.
Good deal, man.
Yeah, I went to the higher media school. I got involved in this junk for a while, and then, I realized that school was not what it's cracked up to be because you can do it from wherever.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
we started a little over 4 years ago, and
keep going.
It's been going strong.
Yeah.
Right on.
Just have fun. We come here every year and do a show from Pumpkin Show and kind of
just front yard. And
just see who walks by and whatever.
That's it. Well, thank you for having West Side Wally on.
Hey, thanks, West Side Wally.
West Side Wally, thank you.
Good to meet you.
All right. Hey, good meeting you. Thank you.
What's your name?
Martelle.
Martelle?
I'm Randy.
Randy.
Good to meet you, Randy.
Good meeting you. Have a good one, man.
Have
Enjoy
a good
Pumpkin
day.
Show with the fam.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's why I like this.
I like that mute button.
Yeah.
Because I can cancel out all that background noise.
Yeah.
Because I have that mic turned up so freaking high. We should start just making fun of people that are walking by.
We should. I haven't seen anything
I
really
give
crazy.
up on this.
On the whiskey thing?
On the whiskey thing.
West Side Wally.
West Side Wally. I don't think anybody knows who West Side Wally is.
They do now.
But they do now.
He might be my new favorite person we've ever had on the show.
Yeah, like he showed
feel like he could
jeans, black button-up shirt, and
Untucked.
a mohawk. And untucked, yeah.
With the tie.
With the
He had a
tie.
button to the collar with the tie.
And a mohawk. I like it.
I was digging his style.
I should
saw
go get a
him.
mohawk.
I would love for you to get a mohawk. Liz would love it too.
Oh, she'd fucking kill me.
She would. Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
You know what? I couldn't get the girl that does my hair. She wouldn't give me a mohawk. It's just she just wouldn't do that.
Go to Great Clips.
Go to Sports Clips. Might as well get some boobs on the back of my neck while it's happening.
Oh, you can get that anywhere.
Not really. Go to the massage parlor. Get the happy ending haircut.
That's where you're leaving your mohawk standing up.
So, anyhow. Yeah, I give up. The whiskey, I'm done on the whiskey thing. That article is friggin' long. So, I'm over that. I'll post it. Y'all can read about it later. What else did I have? I've got
the worst winter states.
Yeah, let's do. You know what? Every state ranked by how miserable their winters are.
I'm going to assume the northernmost states are the worst.
So I'm going to skip straight to the top 10.
Okay.
That way, and then if there's a state you want to know where they rank, I will then find them. Okay. So, do you want me to start at 10 or do you want me to start at 1?
You want to start at 10. Do a countdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So starting at 10. So 10 is Ohio. With the lake effect snow that comes off of out of Erie from that stupid country up north in Canada, you got the snow belt. The winters are just terrible as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
and as far as Thrillist is concerned.
Up around the lake is way worse than down here.
It is, but I'll tell you what, so that coming from up around the lake, that comes all the way down, that snow belt comes all the way down into East Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which is one of the areas I grew up. And then you get residual down to Steubenville from that. So you get blowback.
Well, I still consider that more up north than here.
But it's
we're
not
south
really
of 70. We're basically just northwest Virginia, North Kentucky.
Yeah, but where Carroll is and like Reynoldsburg, like those places that I lived prior to Carroll, those are only really a 40-minute drive south. If you just drew lines on the map.
Yeah, they're not
straight
far.
across. It's 40 minutes south. And so, but we don't get that, like Reynoldsburg, Columbus doesn't get that snow belt, lake effect snow that like East Liverpool gets and Pennsylvania gets and Pittsburgh, because it comes down in like an arc. Oh, we got more sirens. Someone must have really got, I bet you a ride failed.
Maybe. Somebody died.
Someone's dead.
You heard it here first.
It's for the children.
Breaking news that'll be released on Tuesday.
Yep.
So that's impressive. That guy's riding his bike with no handlebars, listening to headphones, and eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
That's good. Let's see. So number 9 would make sense. You want to take a guess at number 9?
Vermont.
No.
Montana.
No.
Alaska.
Nope. Alaska didn't even make top 10.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I would have put that at 1.
Nope. We'll get to that. Illinois. Illinois is number 1.
That makes sense. Another lake effect thing.
Chicago's are notorious for rough winters, and
Iowa just scored. I didn't see what happened.
I'm fine with not going to Illinois. Actually, my flight was from Orlando to Chicago to Columbus.
To O'Hare? O'Hare's a big airport.
No, it was not O'Hare. It was Midway.
Oh, the other one?
Thank God, because if I had to go to O'Hare, I probably would have lost my mind.
I had to spend like 9 hours in O'Hare once.
I had a flight a connecting flight from California at O'Hare, from California to Columbus, and our connecting flight was 30 minutes, a 30-minute difference. So, like, if I got in at 9, my next flight was at 9:30.
Yeah,
our plane was behind, and the terminal for American Airlines is so big, or was so big at O'Hare. We actually landed at the opposite end of the terminal and had to run through the airport like O.J. Simpson, jumping over people's luggage to get to the next terminal so that we could catch our flight to Columbus, and they weren't holding the plane.
Oh, geez. You're like in Home Alone, running through the airport, lost a kid.
Yeah. Like, it was legitimate, like, running, like, people, like, my boss at the time, like, she tripped and fell, and we had to, like, go back and, like, snatch her up off the ground and, like, keep running. Like, it was a thing.
I would have summoned one of those golf cart things. It seats like 8 people.
I would, if they should have. Well, I mean, whoa, boobs. All right, number 8. Number 8.
Speaking of people watching,
Maine. She doesn't have a great body. She took off that flannel and she's just stacked.
they're perky.
Yeah. It's like a push-up bra with a lot of padding.
Showing the midriff.
Jesus. All right. Number 8, Maine.
That makes sense.
Maine is, it's northern Maine.
That is the greenest air I've ever seen.
I can't even. No, it's like blue.
It's like greenish blue.
It's
like a weird color.
This is the worst place to be for someone with friggin' ADD.
It is. That's why we do it, though.
So Maine is just, it's up north. It's near Canada. They're going to get a ton of snow. It's going to be cold and miserable. Plus, I guess Mainer attitude towards winter is a great one. They all seem pretty fired up to be skiing despite not getting to eat blueberries for many months.
That's what I wanted. If I'm going to move to another state, I judge it by how many blueberries I can eat.
Yeah. So, Maine. Number 7, Nebraska.
I think Nebraska's just year-round depression.
Yeah, they don't get they don't,
except for that kid that loves corn.
Corn.
It's corn.
Jesus, that kid.
I love it.
Corn. Not the vegetable. He likes the band.
Right.
Actually, I saw on Instagram the other day that someone redid his corn thing, but did it in the style of
Korn.
Jonathan Davis and Korn.
We should definitely look that up. Not now. Maybe
Not
when
now.
we're back in the studio.
So let's see. Nebraska doesn't get the Midwestern winter gut punch you might think. The cold months are actually downright moderate in western Nebraska, thanks to the moderating effects of the same Chinook winds that bail out of Wyoming, while people in the east are forced to just hunker down with their stockpiles of corn. Still, winters here don't exactly offer a long list of wintry things to do or see that you'll be able to get to other places, and blah, blah, blah. So why is that so bad?
Because it's Nebraska.
I could deal with a moderate winter in a shitty state.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. Number 6 is the team that's playing OSU right now, Iowa.
More corn.
Same thing, they just don't really get a whole lot of. It's all open plain though, so there's no plowing of roads.
Iowa, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
Wisconsin, number 5.
Makes sense.
Badgers
and cheese.
They all hide.
Lots and lots of cheese.
They just stockpile cheese and then they burrow.
Play with
in
their cheese doodles.
They just burrow along in their little caves and stick it out. South Dakota, which you would think North Dakota.
Is North Dakota above South Dakota?
It should be.
We'll see.
It's just southern Canada.
Yeah.
So is South Dakota. It's just southern Canada. I mean, it gets cold there, like to the point where it's so cold that cars won't even start.
That makes sense.
Like, it's cold enough that doors freeze close without any water getting in the doors. They just freeze.
In South Dakota.
I'm making that up. I don't know. Number 3 is Michigan. I hate Michigan just in general, not because of OSU football or anything else. I think the lower portion of Michigan is basically it's poverty-ridden Section 8 housing.
Cesspool. Smells like hot dog water and hermit crabs.
It's just the roads suck. Everything about Michigan in the lower half of Michigan sucks. Now, the upper half of Michigan is really nice. The Upper Peninsula, that's a really nice place to go. The UP. But everything else about Michigan sucks, so they're number 3. They actually beat Ohio for once. Number 2, Minnesota, don't you know?
Minnesota, don't you know?
They love winter. They're a weird breed of people.
You have to live there.
Yeah, well, this is another one of those states where things just freeze for no reason.
My biggest fear of Minnesota.
They get snow in June.
My biggest fear of Minnesota is ended up in a wood chipper.
All right, that's Fargo.
It is Fargo.
That's north. Isn't that in the Dakotas?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Which brings us to number 1, North Dakota.
There it is.
They have the worst winters of all. It is snowing there right now. It is never not snowing in North Dakota.
Sounds like a
In
winter
June,
wonderland.
It snows. In August, it's snowing. They get blizzards. You can't see your hand in front of your face if you're touching your nose. I don't want to live where the cold hurts my face.
Yeah. That rarely happens here. It gets cold here, but not
It gets
like,
cold, but I mean, at least right now it's about 65, 66 degrees.
It's like
maybe
75.
70.
It's warm right now. It's too hot.
It's 66.
It's too hot.
It's beautiful. This is enjoyable. I can tolerate this.
Yeah, this ain't bad.
This is like jeans and sweatshirt or jeans and t-shirt
Or gym shorts and t-shirt.
or no, we're not. I can't. Not with shorts.
I can.
But that's it. I mean, that's really. I am excited today though because I bought a mini bike.
You did buy a mini bike. It is a bike that is mini.
I was late getting down here because I purchased a mini bike for $50.
It's a good deal.
And I thought that was a deal, so I went and grabbed a $100 bill out from underneath my mattress and purchased it.
Now I know where your money is.
That was the last $100 bill. I only keep a $100 bill under the mattress.
For special occasions.
Like mini bikes. So everything
How
else
many
is
bikes?
just. It's all just the.
No, you just got back from Florida, back to work. This is my first week back after 2 weeks off from taking care of Beth for her surgery. She poked her head out and asked if you wanted any food. I said no. He's not allowed.
He's not allowed to eat. He's on a diet and doing Sober October.
Yeah.
Which is going fairly well. Corey and I are neck and neck. At one point, I did sabotage him. So he had posted on his Facebook page about something that happened. It was a big win. And I'm not gonna give out his family details, but it was good news. And I'm like, celebrate the good shit. You know, if you want to have a whiskey and celebrate and a cigar, go for it. And he did.
Sucker.
He could have easily just like, I'm not doing that. But nope.
Sucker.
You gave in. You gave in. You loser. You're a loser. Just you followed my direction.
Never go full Martelle.
No. But
Never
actually,
listen.
the reality is celebrate the good things. Like, it was a good thing that happened. Celebrate the good things.
Celebrate good times. Drink whiskey.
Actually, I am so looking forward to getting a beer at some point. I almost
Let's go get a beer after this.
got a beer last night because I was so irritated with just the day in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Work?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that after the fact.
Okay. Late night.
But anyhow,
Come home. Work sucks.
might as well, give a score.
know.
Give me a score update on things that people either don't care about or are going to know when this comes out.
It's commercial now, but I think it is 7-3 Iowa. Iowa had a fumble recovery for a touchdown at like the 7-yard line. And the Buckeyes right now are first or second in goal, I believe, when it went to commercial, unless they scored and I missed it.
Okay.
I'm only half paying attention.
All right. So, my daughter's high school football team last night, they have gone 7-1 this year.
Not bad.
Pretty good. They lost their first game to Harvest Prep, which is World Harvest Church, which is a mega church here.
Super mega church.
Yeah, like the Rod Parsley has armed guards literally at his house.
They rerouted a road in Lancaster
So that he could
could extend the runway and land his plane there.
He paid to have a runway extended so he could land his private plane there. It's ridiculous how much money that they pull in, and they recruit for their high school.
Yeah, and he is a he gives Christ and Christians a bad name.
Piece of shit.
Yeah,
I have
no
I have
reason.
heard stories of him bringing people back to life that had a heart attack in the middle of his congregation.
BS.
Or I'm just like, are you what? And my favorite part is they have security, like big guys. They block the doors. Once service starts, you can't leave.
Watch me.
You're in there. They literally lock the door so you can't get out.
That's dumb. What if there's a fire?
Well, he'll save them all. He'll save everybody. But anyway, so was at the football game last night, and we played Hamilton Township. By the way, Hamilton Township, you guys suck. Like,
I have a lot of friends and family that go to or went to or their kids go to Hamilton.
I don't give a shit.
Actually, one of them's boys plays on the football team too.
The Rangers blow. They suck. I don't know how they were 5-1. I don't know if they were playing they were playing peewee teams. I don't know how you go 5-1 and get destroyed 48-0.
There's only so many good teams in that division, though.
Still, they're supposed to be one of the good teams based on their record. I mean, how do you go 5-1 and then get destroyed? Like, barely made it past the 50-yard line, got destroyed.
Yeah, it happens. That's the game.
Not even within field goal range, destroyed.
It happens.
Plus, I think that's the team that last year the middle school coach ran out and grabbed one of the BC players and threw him into the field.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was pretty sure that the father of that child was going to kill that guy right then and there.
Yeah, I would have went off.
He did. They had to hold him back. They physically had to restrain him, and he was pressing charges.
Good.
He was pressing assault charges against. He wanted to talk to apparently his wife worked for the head football coach for the high school.
Is she hot?
I don't know.
Is she single?
Or maybe it was his aunt worked for, but so he went to talk to him, and then the football coach was going to talk to the middle school coach, because the middle school coach also coached with the high school team. And at some point, the head coach comes across the field, talks to the dad, they have a discussion, and then I don't know where it went from there, but I think charges were pressed. And they have it all on video.
Nice.
So it was a pretty, and no one got called, there were no penalties called for the coach even doing that. The coach should have been thrown out of the game for that one.
He should have been suspended for touching a kid?
Yeah. Well, not even his own kid.
That's what I mean.
If you're going to grab one of your own athletes, by the face mask and yell at him, or whatever,
right.
Or push him out into the field, but you don't run into a dog pile and grab other kids from another team and literally rip them off and throw them into the field.
Right.
Which is what he did. Because it was a sideline tackle, and he just immediately reached down and grabbed him and chucked him. So I think that was the same team. But you guys are garbage.
Yeah.
Talking shit about high school football. You're garbage.
Yeah. Nobody likes you.
I hope you don't make it to the playoffs.
Everybody hates you.
No one needs. Well, actually, I hope you do make it to the playoffs, and then because everybody needs an easy win somewhere.
Ooh.
Sick burn.
Got him,
bro.
That'll show them.
That'll show them. Talk shit about you. You and your cruddy team.
You and your poop mouth.
Well, there was a couple tackles where one of the kids the entire game was talking shit to this kid who's 6'7". This 6'7" senior, just
that's a big dude,
mouthing off to him the entire time. At one point, the kid tackled the kid that's 6'7" from BC, tackles him. The kid goes to get up, and the kid grabs him and pulls him back down onto him to try to get the ref to throw a personal foul flag. He doesn't do that because he can't. He reaches down to pull him down and ends up pulling himself up, and the kid shoved him to the ground.
Well, that's funny.
And the ref's standing right there, and he's like, "Hey!" He didn't foul anybody. You saw what happened, and he 2 plays later, this kid got laid out.
Good.
That 6'7" kid come across the line, hit this kid, and they slid 20 feet across the turf.
That's awesome.
And everyone's like, "Oh!" The hit was so hard. The kid just laid there for a minute. And
he had to rethink his life choices.
He just laid there shit.
I'm not sure I want to be here anymore.
This kid, the kid from BC, stood up, hit his chest
How y'all
twice
doing?
and walked away.
Good.
What's that? Just recording a podcast. What's that? No.
No, podcast. Buckhorn podcast.
Karaoke. Get the hell out of here. Do I look Japanese to you?
You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. That's an old school commercial. If you know what commercial that's from, send us a message on Facebook.
Is that Calgon Take Me Away?
No.
Oh.
That's I don't want to say because I just told him to.
Oh, hey, by the way, our password. What's our password?
Titty sprinkles.
There you go. We got to do that.
I love some titty sprinkles.
Because we forgot to do that the past couple shows.
I put titty sprinkles on my pancakes. I like them on my ice cream.
You know what I like?
What?
Just to shut down the show.
We done?
I think so.
All right.
It's been like an hour.
I mean, that's fine. Works for me. It's getting hot out here.
It's getting a little warm.
So
You're also wearing a black shirt.
I am. That's all I've been wearing anymore. I bought like 5 of these, so I just rotate them.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I actually went through all of my clothes.
I don't have to worry about what I'm going to wear if I always wear the same thing.
Yeah, that was Steve Jobs' premise.
Right.
Like if you buy if everything's the same, that's one less thing you have to think about every day. And that's essentially what I do. I have like 4 or 5 pairs of this. I have like 20 pairs of jeans, but I only wear like 4 pair.
I think I'm down to 2 pair of jeans.
I went through all my clothes yesterday.
Yeah.
I still have to go through all like my jeans and my dress pants, and I got 2 suits that I think I'm gonna get rid of.
Leotard, tutu.
Butt plugs, Speedos.
Yeah, you definitely have outgrown some of your butt plugs, I bet.
Yeah, I have. I got to get
just fall right out.
I got to get bigger ones, more girthier ones.
Girth.
Yeah, I went through all that shit, and we're getting ready to redo our closet, I think. So we finally got the siding for the house. It got delivered yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So they're finally going to redo the siding on the house, get the new window put in.
Is that another fumble?
Probably.
Ohio State lost a fumble for a touchdown. Then Ohio State caused a fumble and got it. And now I think they just fumbled it again. Nope, they recovered. You're going to sneeze. Don't do it. Don't sneeze. You did.
I like to sneeze. Feels good. Gets the demons out. It's like an exorcism.
God bless you.
No, science.
Science bless you.
Just science.
God science you.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit. Guntenwagen.
Anyway. All right. So, check us out on Facebook.
Facebook.
That's it. Facebook, maybe some Instagram. Definitely no Twitter.
Facebook. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't have the same face.
It's not the same.
Book of Instagram.
At all.
So, that's it. I'm Martelle. He's Randy. We're out.
Go Pumpkin Show.
Dildos.
You're a pumpkin hoe with a pumpkin dilly do. I think it's called a cucumber. A gourd. I like those bikes.
Those don't look electric though. I want an electric
They're not.
bike.
Those are specialized. I used to work there for like 3 months.
Yeah, I want an electric bike though.
Those are sweet.
Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do with the mini bike.
Have you seen those Ron Sir bikes?
No.
They're like the e-bikes, and you can get an extended battery. Dude, this dude he used to be called Grommy Bear, but he goes by G Bear on YouTube.
Okay.
He got one, got the more powerful battery. Those things do like 75, 80.
Oh yeah.
Freaking sweet.
Yeah, they're electric motorcycles at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to. I'm contemplating how I can convert the mini bike I just bought to an electric bike.
An electric motor.
Well, yeah,
and a battery.
Well, more than one battery.
2 batteries.
I gotta
2 double A's.
Well, I gotta. It's not just that. It's actually attaching them to the frame. Like I've seen how somebody does it.
Get a mini trailer and
I need a weld. I need someone who can weld for me. I don't weld very well, and I don't have a welder.
Dad's got 2 welders.
And by don't weld very well, I've never welded before.
At all.
At all, ever.
Oh, then you don't know, really.
That's what I just said.
You could weld fantastically.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, that's
pulled up like the Secret Service, though.
Yeah. Came in hot. All right, are we done recording?
Yeah, we're done. All right. I'm Martelle. He's Randy. We're out.
Okay, bye.
Deuces.
Ooh.